It's a good morning to you. Welcome to Asake Online. My name is Zenzele Ndebele, and this is the Breakfast Club, a program where we talk about social issues, we talk about politics, but we also talk about history, trying to find out where we come from, the history of the country, and we have particular interest in the history of ZPRA to find out what ZPRA did. We don't see them in most of the cases. The books that taught in schools don't have ZPRA history. And many ZPRA heroes died before they could tell their story. So we feel it is our duty to document the great work that was done by ZPRA in Zapu so that our grandchildren would have proper history. And today in our program, we'll be talking to Mrs. Precious Mutote. She was a ZPRA combatant. She trained in Zambia and, of course, a Liwo vet. And there are so many things that are associated with war veterans, but we want to find out from her, her experience. But all these years and the experiences that she got in Zambia and during the war, she has a lot to share with us, and we want to find out about her story and what we can learn from her. Siyalamukela mama ku program.
Thank you.
Maybe I can just briefly start ngokuthi lingasitshela nje amafitshane ukuthi lina lizalelwe ngaphi lakhulela ngaphi.
Okay. Mina ngazalelwa lapha eMpilo. But ekhaya kusePlumtree. Ngakhulela ePlumtree, ngahamba isikole eSilima neMpadeni. Bengihlala labazali ubaba behlala eTown, and uyazi system yangikhona ukuthi obaba bebehlala eTown. Mama behlala ekhaya belima, so thina we grew up silo mama ekhaya ukulinywa and so on. Safunda ke ekhaya, isikolo zemakhaya vele they were distance ngoba zazinto which one, you know, the system that we were fighting against yayivele ifuna ukuthi kube le more primary schools and less secondary schools. So you find ukuthi there will be there were lots of primary schools and very few secondary schools, and kungama missionary schools ayekhatshana and idura. So sasithi nxa ngihamba isikolo sikhatshana selothi primary nxa usuya ku secondary, then so ukuthi nxa ulabazali abahlala eTown so that you can access secondary education. Yes. So when I was in grade 6, then my dad transferred me from home ukuthi ngizohlala la eTown so that I can access secondary education. But unfortunately when isikolo sivalwa it was grade 7, ngiqeda ugrade 7 sefale ngeke ngaphi isikolo sivala. I would go home during the holiday to help mama emasimini with other children. So sekhaya then babuye ubhuti basithatha.
So take us to the day lapho ohamba khona empini. What happens?
Ubhuti babebili abanye babehamba bethatha abanye phela ngendlela. So njengabantu emakhaya no-community uyakusazi ukuthi laphana kuhlala uNdebele, laphana kuhlala Ali, laphana kuhlala uMpilo and so on, and uyabukwazi labantwana bakhona pho. So kwakuhamba ama-age mates, and so babehamba betshengisa ubhuti ukuthi lalaphana kulabantwana abangahambi lalaphana. So ubhuti babehle bebuya vele besithi unomathemba mani, yabo umathemba mani him. Let's go.
So there was during that time resist vele.
You won't. And ubungeke kusho ukuthi khona amaningi egqoka isicathulo. They will take you as you are. Khona amaningi egqoka amapatapata, egqoka amasengeza, angihamba insala. Uthi hayi maningi tell something to wear. There was no time. And she has baby vele behlala on the double begijima. So that was the time. Babuyage badlula besithatha. It was towards the end of the year. We had closed for Christmas, isn't it? So it's going to value on the first week of December, first few days of December, like 4, 5. So we went home, and then when we got home,
so you go to Zambia via Botswana?
Yes, via Botswana. I figured Francistown. I was young then, but I was young then because I was only doing grade 7. I had finished grade 7, so 6 in grade 6 in Form 1. So safike Francistown, kwakule point lapha ophuta babesidlulisa khona, not through the border like normal, but there was a point lapha esasingenela khona bese besihambisa enkambeni eFrancistown, and then from sahlala eFrancistown a few days, a week or so maybe, I don't know, can't remember. Sasisiya sasisihambise e-airport sahambisa Zambia.
This is your first time in a plane, probably.
Yeah, it was the first time in a plane.
So how is the excitement at this particular time when you are going there?
You know, like umdala like was like saying ukuthi khona abancane lamantombazana mainly they'll pursue their studies, they continue with their schooling. So sisikade ndike, wow. We thought, yeah, we're going to school, to a better school. So as I was at Francistown, we boarded a plane to Lusaka, Zambia. And then from Lusaka, Zambia, we were taken by cars.
So immortal as Amaroli is not, it's no longer the executive.
Yeah. This meaning Kanagatas and what about so much. Yeah, you know. Yes, Hambisa good transit camp. Where we spend a few months or weeks, then they said Hamburg my respective training centers.
So where do you go for training?
Our transit camp in Nampundu, yeah. That's boy and fun. And I'm put Baba Belebet is to the keeper civil. Anti man venturing in Hambang. So we are humble to the pedal. Humble to the line, Konoka to COVID almost. Abakuli, beach and Avila, my head dues and so on. Bamvele shall keep you proof. First thing, Chigoloma, my uniform, and somewhere oversized uniform. And when you're my Halamania, in Chanyana. Lapha wela bandi phela lapho ukuthi uzabophuza what is that ukuthi uzakwenze njani. And it was something else. Ooh, and those guys were strong, energetic, and first day vele lokudla wawungeke uvele udle, because then sahle sabona the introduction of a very tough insurance training. Shoo. Lokuthi lokhana ukuthi, you know, liyarola liyenzweni ngene amadaka to remove pride. Lokufaka introduce bitterness and of what is of the system that is at home. Yeah, esahlala eNampundu. I think we were there for a week or two, but it was like we were there forever.
So lisuka lapho liyanga.
That's where I was training center Emembesh. Deep Emagojin, Zambia. That's where we trained. I think we were the second group. Actually, the first large group, Yamandombazan. Because abakuqala batrain eMorocco, Kakao, babe balutshwana. Babe siba ngobo 7, 9, the 5. We were quite a number of girls, but sathona nabafana. Asithena ngasingamantombazana wodwa. It was tough. Wonke umuntu wayebanjwa njengomfana. Kwabengelandaba lokuthi noyintombazana babengakwazi ukuthi intombazana ngoba kulamantombazana lapho sempini. We are training. I was with the training. It was tough. It was a tough training that will make you very angry for what is happening at home, and that will make you strong as well physically. Ngoba wawugijima igoji langu emagoji emzambia ungaphakamisa amehlo uyakubona kungani li-blue ungakhanyi end, but you have to go there running up and come down rolling, and with this kind the you know that frog jump exercise, go up in frog jump. It wasn't easy. Like maybe we were lucky because we were still young and we could do these things, we could do those exercises.
So the training, how long is your training anyway?
I think it was 6 months or 7 months, I can't remember. Into some corners is humble forever. Because at times izulu sina and indawo yankhona isemagoshini, it wasn't the children was fed. Indawo leyana yokuthi khona even if the enemy tries to follow us up, they will have hard times reaching to where we will be. So it also affected us logistics, like food, uniforms, anything that was meant for us. The wedding right. Sazibuya. Good to Julindlovu wesisikhathi.
Yeah, yeah, it's a war situation,
Yes,
so to speak. So udla is not always available.
Yeah.
But generally, when we just look at the training that you got and that lifestyle, what does it? How does it help you in your life, even way after the war?
Way after the war, our training.
Yeah.
Immediately after the war, we had to adjust to be nice. Because when preparing someone to fight, we instill a bitterness, anger, and so when we come back home, so finally we're nice. Associate with others and laugh with others and go to church. There's no Christ, there's no Bible in Yamakiwa, which they brought to colonize us. So, when we came back home, we had to adjust. No, now I'm a child. When I came back, my parents were both alive. My paternal grandmother, Ndebele, was still alive, but unfortunately, my grandpa had passed on. And they had said, when he passed on, he called my name, Nomatemba, Nomatemba. And they thought maybe I died because it was those times when the whites were bombarding our camps and our places there in Zambia. So when we came back, we had to adjust and try and fit into the community. We were disciplined. One thing that ZPRA had, ZPRA forces were very disciplined. Unkomo instilled discipline as serious. But one thing the training did was to instill anger and bitterness. Thina abantu abamnyama nxa sisiya emsebenzini sihamba sikhangela ilanga sisiyali, nxa siphenduka sikhangela ilanga futhi sisiyali, and thina sihlala endaweni ezinjani, toilet yethu yabile, these small things. Then we realized, but even the oldest sebhabhe emayadini ile toilet phakathi, and ama-servants abehlala khatshana ngale toilet yabo khatshana labo. So and those things, then when we were home, we were kids, and we didn't realize and we didn't see anything wrong with that. But then but why did they do that? Go to Nyore stores, when they go to cashew sellers and other shops, they'll go to TM Medicals and Tinasi Hambegu raisins. That's interesting.
So the ZPRA never deployed female soldiers who front, but
no, it depended on the department. Unkomo loved his specialization during our after training. Because I think one thing abantu bonke bahambe ku training, so that we are talking with soldiers who are disciplined, so that even when they are put in different departments, but they will still, that discipline is still there, and they will work nicely in whichever department they put in. So after training, abanye bahanja further overseas to do police training, because we'll always be fighting.
Yeah.
After fighting, then we would get our independence, and we would need soldiers. We would need abanye bahanjiswa to for further a military training, a regular, not a guerrilla warfare. Abanye bahanjiswa abanye bahambise Romania, GDR, and a lot of socialist countries that Mr. Nkomo had established friendship with. Ukuthi behambe for training. After training, abanye bethu sakhethwa saya endola for training ama Cubans for counterintelligence. Then like you find ukuthi inkambi yakho ngubhonjwe anjalo, and then ibhonjwe basebenanzelela ukuthi amakhiwa ayifaka abantu, wena ubuye uzihambela usiye Francistown uthi mina la mfuna ukuye training, mfuna ukuya lwelimpi, kanti you have chips that are in your body and the other things that you are using to communicate, to expose the information ye-ZPRA. So we after training, sabuya Francistown. We deployed at Francistown. Phela impi ayilwanga ima-militants kuphela. Impi yalwa ngabogogo ababepheka isitshwala, lama businessmen ayesinika isibhoko, lama other necessities, ama-toiletries, abanye babenika abanye ama-toiletries, abanye benika obhuti igwayi, abanye benika information. Because impi, it was not only a guerrilla going, a Zimbabwean going out for training, coming up with a weapon armed and then fight. Kwakusibala departments achiyeneyo. So after training, then we briefly stayed AVC. AVC yayinkamba eyayenzelwe abantu bonke ababebalekela impi. Abanye babetshiselwe imispele. Abanye babekhulile futhi ukuthi they could not undergo military training. And then abanye babebancane. So kwakuthiwa i-victory camp. So lapho kwakhiwa isikolo. I'm sure there is still a school there. Engxenye sesiyutilizwa ngama-Zambians. Kwakhiwa isikolo ukuthi labanye ababevalelwa isikolo, abanye bamatisha, abanye babantwana besikolo. So bavulelwa isikolo lapho. Sahlala briefly khonapho, and then we went to, is it Kwikwe or Ndola? I can't remember. For training, counterintelligence, and then I was deployed to Zimbabwe House, Francistown. Lapha ngasebenza khona lo representative we-ZAP. Ubaba Mayisa ngahlala laye, and then ngasensiya hlala eFrancistown enkambeni as a refugee to see refugees coming in, how they are, how they behave, and what their mission. Ukubasusekhaya. Talk to them, and then abanye you find ukuthi bazabe besithi khona hayi thina ngikhaya kwafika amakhiwa asichaya, asesithi khona lathi indaba singahambanga thina empini silandela abanye, but they said we should do 1, 2, 3 things. Yeah, you see.
So you were separating the genuine ones from those ababethunywa amakhiwa. Yes. Labana bakwanisa ukuthi kuhamba ababuye kuhle, genuinely we're going to fight for the country. We have heard about ZPRA and we have seen ZPRA combatants operating in our areas, and ababe right. Abanye njalo hayi. So as ngeke sithi ukuthi ama-ZPRA forces abazange, ama-ZPRA women were not in the front. Babesilwa ngendlela ezishiyeneyo. And then the large group esibili yamantombazane yabuyayo yathathwa ngabantwana abathathwa eManama, ibo labo baphume emaphepheni. And then the war was already intensifying nzima sibili ngoba after that, even the green leader ababebombe eZambia vele babekwazi ukuthi lapha kulabantwana, but they still went on and bombarded the camps and killed lots of young men and women ababe undergoing training. So how long do you stay in Botswana lapho? You stayed there till 1980?
Was it 1980 that when we came home?
Yeah.
Or 1979?
79, about 1980.
Yes. I was there, ngabuya lama refugees, yes. But ngabachiye eLuviv, and then ngasensiye nsukame.
So yeah, tell us the day you leave the camp and you come home. How is it like? Was Buyela, was Tata?
From where?
From Susugi and Sugaminda Pasubuya ngapha. Yeah.
I came back. No, mina njengoba ukuthi ngafikelela uvevela ama refugees. I vele Francistown. So my dad had anti abantu bengabona abantwana bami. Usibona abanye babebuya besathwa ngabazali babantu. So my dad had ukuthi ngikhona. But mina ngathi ngisuka ubaba wayehlalela eLubhengula and he had moved esethwele indlu entumbane. So I didn't know the place. So I went to kubaba omncane wami wayevele ehlala eMagwegwe. Ngase ngisuka ke then sensiyangikhaya. Then ngase sensuka lapho then I had to join others in Sugamin. But I didn't stay there for long. Saphiwe uDimob, I think. Ngathi because during siselokhu sensukamini singakayi Sugamin anti saphiwe sa campaign isotshe liphethe umntwana lo mpopho lo mumbu lekhuba. We are done with the fighting. Now it's time to build our country and plow and feed the nation. So social petumtuana, meaning it's peacetime.
Yeah.
And then we are done with the mpopo sukaqwenga lapha kule mumbu otshengisela sesilima manje. We are rebuilding our country. We've come to rebuild our country. And so mina ngangicampaigna ngisemaswingo. Lo chairperson wezaphu uSamuel Munoda wafa ngahlala emaswingo then ngahlala khona ngale sakwazi ngoba bafika ama elections.
How was the reception in Maswingo
It was very good and they welcomed us and they fed us and it was just good. I don't know what happened. I don't even want to think about it. We were so confident. I don't know.
So tell us the day. Take us to the day the results are coming.
I don't know whether I was in Maswingo. I can't remember now whether I was in Maswingo or I was back home. During all that time, Samuel Mnoda.
But how do you take the results? How did you feel when results announced?
We felt like hell, yes. Ngoba itribalism phela yayi sesekhona ke lapho. And we had failed to unite outside. Ngoba at one stage lokhu zeni ZPRA yayi trainer yayi ndawonye izipha betrainer ndawonye but bavukelana kulabulawana kwehlukana then ZPRA had to move to Zambia labana basala Tanzania. Babe trained in Tanzania and then labana basiya in Mozambique. So yes, we were scared these people are going to wipe us out.
And you come back home, selidliwe. How does the family welcome you?
No, my dad was excited. They actually made a party for me because my dad thought I died. Because when my grandfather was passing on, he called my name several times, and then, but she's not here. And so then my father interpreted so when I came home, he was excited. He was very happy. They threw me a party, and then I didn't want to go to the army.
So you now have to start a new life as a civilian again.
I went back to school. I had to do a crash course. I did my O-level and my secretariat course one time.
But is it the one that you used to take to school?
That is the money. Baba didn't have money. If my dad had money, I would go school. Proper school, and I don't think I would be here even because I was intelligent. So I chose a few subjects to do as Hambelana le secretarial, and so I did those subjects and secretarial and ngadinga umsebenzi public service, interviewed, tested, and got a job in Ministry of Home Affairs, Police General Headquarters. That's where I started working in Harare. Zenzele CID headquarters. And then it started. Lokuyana ukuthi chinonzi tsaku mundevere mwanangu, and I can't even speak Shona, and I'm in Harare. Sure.
So you still can't speak Shona? Ngesikhathi sesishona
sasingavuka kanti mina ngikhulele lapha ePlumtree, ngakhulela eBulawayo, ngahamba empini thina vele yes, Zappo we had Shonas and Ndebeles. So we yayinjenge-island, into yabona i-island yabidlalelwa ngabafana besishoneni. Izapho yayinjalo. And then that time it was Tsaku Ndebele mwanangu, when they didn't want to hear us sifunda. Uyazi umuntu nxa engasazi isiNdebele uyambamba lawa. So la umuntu nxa engasazi isishona aqhaka. Hayi manje ngangisithi Monday to Friday ngene esitimeleni ngibuye koBulawayo, Sunday evening ngene esitimeleni ngibuyele eHarare. And ngisesaba vele. Ngisesaba because even laba emsebenzini you will hear them taunting you. Ngakho khonokho uyabo. That was Harare.
So how do you live? Are you chased Sugela or you serve?
Vele ngahle ngathi mina ngahle ngabhala report mina. My parents are in Bulawayo. I'm a young lady and I'm the firstborn in the family. I need to be in Bulawayo. Accommodation is expensive. I need to be home. My dad has a home in Tumbane. I want to transfer and look after my aging parents.
So they transferred you?
After some time, yes, they did. They considered that. So ngasembi ansenzo sebenzela lapha central under CID.
So kahle all the police?
Aye.
Okay.
Ngangasilo police. Supporting group.
Okay.
Yeah, I was. As I told you, I did the secretary. So ngansenza I was doing the
clerical work.
Yes.
Okay.
Ngoba kwesinye isikhathi I would even go to the Attorney General's office to help do the dockets there, to document the dockets there. Yes, I'm a police, CID, and so on.
So in your, looking at the whole experience, EMP and in Botswana, what is your memorable day? Or that day, things nearly went wrong?
God loves me. He really did. He really does. Well, one time, we tried to come to Botswana by road, and then I don't know what transpired. We had to go back. I don't know my passport, because we had to come as normal people, not as guerrillas. Guerrillas fine undercover, but sihamba ngedish, capping a dish that thing, a pieces motor across the Zambezi. So I think the information got to the whites. So I don't know, Sabuyela. It was a long journey by road, Sabuyela. And then Sibuyele kwasala kubonjwa lava. That was number one. And then Penduga, we had to fly back to Francistown. We had to fly to Francistown, to Gaborone, and then basically got the steamer to Francistown. Francistown, Saslala, Zimbabwe House. Zimbabwe House, you would like continue to wenzayo uyalahlisa kwesikhathi ube senkambeni, uhlale enkambeni vele njengomyo uphuma inqanye kulingana kulenye into efuna ukuyenza ufuna ukuyidinga, and then usiyanika i-report ngaphi e-headquarters, and then ngisuke e-headquarters, andlalanga e-headquarters because I did what I was supposed to do and finished. Ngasuke sub offices lapho kuhlala khona ubaba Mayisi, Zimbabwe House. Sasithi Zimbabwe House, like Zimbabwe House in Zambia, in Lusaka, Zimbabwe House in France, in Francistown. Lapho kwakuhlala khona ama-rape kwakusenziwa khona i-administration. Ngifikile khonapho ebusuku bangikhona basala bangena amakhiwa badubula bathatha abantu ba-capture abantu bahamba lapho. Indaba emagorilla capture lapho anzange ngiphinde ngabona. There's only one lady that I saw. Esasilayo esasikusemthini. And khonapho, yeah, it was something else.
So you were always lucky?
Yeah. Maybe because my dad always prayed for me. My father was a pastor at the Assemblies of God Church. And I guess I was his favorite because I was, yeah. And I escape, yazi ukuthi ngizengithi because I don't know. I don't know ukuthi it will be real. Kuyabe ngaso fiction kumbe kungaso story. And ubone ukuthi kwenzakele sibili ubone ukuthi lapha the offices were ransacked and ubona ama-spent cartridges awempompo ukuthi bekufiwa phela la. It was an experience.
Do you regret going to war?
Not really. Not really. Kwasifundisa to be strong women. Yabona, after the war, this is a slightly normal life. I got married. You see, I've got a ring. 10 years along the line, my husband died. I'm 33. I have 4 children. We have no house. But now mama phela uzabe strong. You know, that discipline, you instill that discipline that you got. So we learned you can go through situations and still be you. Kubonjwe uthethiswe kwenza izinto ezinjani lidliwe elicabanga ukuthi lizawina, but you still remain winner. And at the end of the day ungundebele. So we learned to be tolerant even when things were not right. We were disciplined enough ukuthi uyabona ukuthi kwaba lesikhathi sentumbane laba babhudi sebechaya ingwaqwa la. Abanye sebethiwa sebebuya bevele egwayi river mine ukuthi behle bezoqedelana lento. But when the commander in chief utabengwa lo nkomo bathi hayi boys, I know we can't do that. Bahle bazithulela but vele izikhali zonke vela konke ukuthi you can fight, but at the end of the day asikho kufanele sikwenze. You know, ufunda ukuthi ezinye izinto siyazamukela kunye sikuchiye njalo ngathi ngakwanisa ukusolve singakwanisa ukwenza kahle, and then we just leave it like that. It taught us to be strong women. Sikwazi ukuthi ilanga liyakwanisa ukutshonela usubhonjiwe. So when I was just young, I was 33 years, and then at the end of the day, my husband has died in a car accident, and then I'm alone with the kids, all under the age of 10, and you have to bring them up and take them to school.
So you do that single-handedly, and the kids now probably they're grown up now.
Yes, they are.
And
my kids are grown up.
They come back and they appreciate your military.
Yeah,
small
but the fact that the Zimbabwe is not what we expected it to be, isn't as hambi kahle. Kudala uthi ungafunda and you do a course, even i-course yamangamanga, like when I came back, I just did a course in yamangamanga ukuthi I must be doing something. Ngoba an idle mind is a devil's workshop. But abantu bethu siyabafundisa now, what are they doing? They have no jobs. Especially our southern region. Ngale Harare you can survive. Kuthiwa siyahasura bayangwava. Lapha bayangwava abantu bethu. Tell me, Mr. Ndebele. And they will look at you and like mama sempini. Even usemhlane noma ovethi. Halani mama intozeni ezingabhadaliyo. But bengisebenza lama police One time I almost lost it and beat them up. Sasebenza lo Dr. Watch. Dr. Watch so kufike i-trade fair. Dr. Watch uyanika ama-tickets e-trade fair. Ama-doctors, they loved me. I think ngiyakho ukukhuluma kuhle labantu, I don't know. So wayanika wachiyela u-officer in charge wathi ma-tickets ndiyamchembere mophama imtoti ma-tickets awo wachayinda nebazukulu babo u-trade fair. And then I meet him, he tells me that. I go to this officer in charge, and then he says, my tickets, I've given the tickets to Mapurisa, Kutiano, Itabasa. And then I said, Mapurisa no pinani uniform. But Nangan clinic, and Nangan clinic saying, Katisan I'm a retired old woman. So then she didn't want to give me my tickets. But why? Why did you do that? You were supposed to ask me, or you could have told Dr. Watch, and Dr. Watch was not going to tell me about the tickets. Dang it. So why did you do that? And then I wanted to beat him up. And then the other one came and said, no, these people are your bosses. They recommend you for whatever. And I said, you know, if we hadn't gone to war, these people will still be addressed as native constables. Now they are officers because we went out to fight. You wouldn't be even working here. You'd be maybe cleaning the toilets outside. You can't treat me like that. I was very angry. And I had to just walk away when I almost lost it. So kwesinye isikhathi uyabona ukuthi uyabufuna ukuthi ulwela amalungelo akho. Ungakho ngoba abantu to walk over you because you are a woman. No. It's ngale we're not treated as women. Yeah. And training was so hard even my feelings because they will sleep like logs. And you wake up in the morning, training instructors separate, so finally see kitchen, some exercises, and then teach us other things to use compass, topography, and terrain, and what we were trained that in Bobo and so on. So I don't regret it though. It's embarrassing things didn't work out the way we expected them to be. We don't know. But definitely things haven't worked out. Like Gadesi, some piece of land like this, Zenzele Ndebele, but they were supposed to have given us indawo yokulima lokuhlala. I'm a widow, I can't afford if I can't, but I would afford that. And kwezinye indawo you find ukuthi ama-freedom fighters bayakhelwa lezi zindlu okuzindlu okunjengoku ilanda lokhana okufana nayo kuthiwa laphana kuhlala ama-veterans of the liberation war. But lapha abanye bethu abazange bebe-right even sebethola imali ma-50,000 la. Abanye abanazindlu abanamizi, they're living like paupers. Abanye babelezindlu but isabe silabantwana abanye bahamba bekhulile futhi belezimuli yabo. And the way the things were after independence, abuzange bele rehabilitation. We were treated to be angry, to be bitter, to kill yabo. So someone also uvela endaweni enjalo antu uyafuna ukuthi arehabilitate afundiswe adjust nicely angene ku community lokuthi la nxa sebephiwa ama 50,000 benganathi utshwala bekwazi ukuthi I have to prioritize, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to make this, I have to do that. Yabo.
Maybe lastly, what can you say to the younger generation? I mean, you went to war probably with 13 or 14. And if you look at 13-year-olds now, what would be your advice to young people?
I always tell my children, a child must be a child. A father, a father, a mother, a mother. And then we have the running of the family all right. Abanye bathi kona sisela bazala sisafelwa sisathini. Thina esintwini akula muntu okuthiwa ngafelwa ngisale ngela muntu. Uyekela nje ukusubmita under an authority, under umuntu omdala. Abantwana fanele besubmit. Kudala umntwana wayengaso wakho Ndebele. Umntwana wayengue-community. Ngathi ngahlangana nawe umntwana wakho esona, imfaka impama ngihambe imdonse ngibuye laye ngithi nawe, sengibuye la uzakutshela ukuthi wenzeni. Khathesi, can you do that? I don't know where we missed it as parents as well. Ngoba abantwana bakuthathela phezulu khona okuyinto kwankona. I'm independent, no one is going to say anything to me. But thina kwakunganjalo. My mother's friend or neighbor or anyone, umntwana wayengue-community. The community will bring up the child. That's why abantwana ababekhula babethi lanxa sebekhule sebenothile babuyele to and to plow back to the community ngoba babekhuliswa yi-community. Khathesi nje like recently they said a small child, grade 5 primary, across the road, kumbe kuwile kunathi nje $1 for 2. I can't go to, but they are killing our kids. But I never know. Politics is a dirty game. Kungabe kule ndlela nje ukuthi let's reduce another tribe. Isi eliminating abikhona isabotage. Bese kuthunyelwa nje $1 for 2. And then they want to be high. So no to drug abuse, no to alcohol to the new young generation.
Yeah, on that note, thank you very much, because you raise a very important issue with young kids. You know, they spend most of their time with you. Injengu, ama drugs, bengahambe esikolo, and yet your generation, you actually went to war, you liberated the country. But it's not like everything is ready now. You know, kids of these days, Mundule 21, they still believe wood is not their problem. They still don't see the value of going to vote. We have people who are 30 years, 40 years, we have never registered to vote. We have never worked again. And still they don't see the responsibility. And for us, this is the reason why we take our time to come and talk to people like you. At your age, Lile 13, Lile 14, you saw the need to fight capitalism, to fight apartheid. But our generation, we still think that it is your role to go and vote to change the government. So something is definitely wrong with our community.
Definitely.
So that was Precious Mutote, former ZPRA, experience going to war, but also life in general. I think the young generation that we have, we need to really, what would it take us to be responsible, to really correct the wrong things that are happening in our society. My name is Zenzele Ndebele. Till we meet again in other programs, have a good day.